All right, guys, we've officially reached the Elite Eight. So today we're going to be talking NC State and Duke. Both these teams coming off impressive wins today. NC State coming off a win over Marquette, all right, led by Tyler Kolek, Shaka Smart. NC State, really good win there over a really good basketball team with an impressive resume. Duke coming off a win over Houston. Houston was without their best player, Jamal Shead, a little bit during that game, so that obviously impacted this game a little bit. When you lose your best player, your point guard, that's definitely going to impact it a little bit. But you beat a 1 seed nonetheless. You can only beat what's put in front of you. So these teams have played each other. All right, they have split during the regular season. Both teams have won one time. But let's talk about NC State a little bit. Coming in as the 11 seed at 25-14. All right, led by both the DJs, DJ Horn, DJ Burns. We have looked at their, out of tournament resume, their in conference schedule, their out of conference schedule a lot so far. So let's just focus on the tournament teams. Both these teams have the same wins over teams still available in the tournament. They've both beaten each other and they've both beaten Clemson. So that's kind of what their resume is looking like. As far as NC State, are really on a good run right now. We know they had to win the ACC tournament to even make the NCAA tournament, but here they are. All right, they did that. They won the ACC tournament, and then they're going on a run right now. All right, they had a win over Texas Tech in the first round. Then they had a win over Oakland in overtime in the second game. All right, Oakland, 15 seed, had the win over Kentucky, so not the best win, but hey, you got the win there nonetheless. And then the win over Marquette tonight, like I was talking about, with Tyler Kolek coming back in this tournament. Then as far as Duke is concerned, coming in as the 4 seed at 27-8. All right, they've had some okay wins in tournament play. I'm not too impressed with so far what they've done in the tournament. I've seen some people on Twitter calling it a Mickey Mouse run already for Duke because Jamal Shead got hurt today. But I wouldn't know if I'd go that far. You can only beat who's put in front of you. But Duke has been a little lackluster when I've watched them this year, as far as not playing up to expectations for me as far as Duke basketball is concerned. They got beat by North Carolina twice. Now, North Carolina is a good basketball team this year, but in particular, I'm talking about during the first round matchup this year against Vermont. They looked a little sloppy to me. But hey, they're still alive, so, you can only beat, like I said, who's put in front of you. You got the job done, so it really doesn't matter. But in particular, like Blake's, for example, he's a little out of control when he gets the ball, but they're still here. Duke, though, led by Filipowski, Proctor, Jeremy Roach in particular, had a really good game tonight. Seems like he's been there for about 20 years, like Perry Ellis at Kansas. I know he hasn't. He's only been there for like 3 or 4 years, but it really seems like Roach has been there a long time. But I think this is a really good matchup here. Like I said, both teams have beaten each other once, and NC State's hot right now. Duke, they're here. I don't know, like I said, how well either one of these teams really are. They've both gotten favorable schedules so far. Duke, like I said, with Houston, with Shead getting hurt, it kind of impacts that schedule. If they would have beat Houston with Shead, I wouldn't have said anything. That's a good win. Still a good win still, but, first and second round didn't impress me that much. Vermont kind of struggled with them. Second round, James Madison, I think they got a little overhyped by the public after that Wisconsin win, but I don't know how good James Madison really was, but Duke kind of smashed them. Then NC State beat a banged-up Texas Tech team. You beat Oakland, who, they got hot against Kentucky. But you did have a good win over Marquette today. I'll give you that one. That was probably the most impressive win out of both these recent games for both teams we're discussing. So both teams are hot right now. Both teams have won multiple games in a row. NC State going on like 3 weeks now of just constantly winning games. But this game's going to be close, borderline coin flip, because, like I said, both teams are very familiar with each other. They've played each other multiple times. They both beat each other, so both teams can win this game. I'm going to go with NC State, though. I think they can almost dominate Duke down low a little bit here. If they can get somebody in foul trouble like Filipowski, that'll definitely help a little bit. NC State, if you can get Burns, given that high-low action to Diarra or Middlebrooks, I think they can really damage Duke. But if Duke can get hot from the three-point line with some of the guys I've named already, I think Duke can easily win this game, though. But give me NC State by a possession or two. I'm going to say 5 or less. But I think this game's really close, comes down to the wire, and like I said, it's pretty much a coin flip. But I've got NC State by 5 or less. So let me know who you think wins this game and why down in the comment section. Make sure to like this video and subscribe.